I run a photography for wellbeing group in the morning, another one in the afternoon, and I thought, I'm going to be a bit stiff this afternoon. One adjustment, and I walked out and thought, where's it gone? I am Adrian, and I am currently employed as a self-employed photographer and has been since just before lockdown. Photography for wellbeing is about being out and about, and I had got to the point, especially in my courses where we're walking often considerable periods of time. I do courses in Bristol where you're walking around Bristol looking at different points, and I got to the point where they had almost become impossible to do because I was limping, I was holding my back to go everywhere. Every single day involved pain relieving gel on my back and those heat pads that you put on your back, and I couldn't go anywhere without them, and also carrying painkillers with me. But literally, I think it was probably the second appointment I went to and went out, and I thought, oh, I've just done a whole walk without any pain. And then I thought, oh, I'm just gonna push myself a little bit here. And I went from walking a few hundred yards to a little bit further. And I think, because when I first went, I was doing three appointments a week. And I was only in my second week when I realized I've just done all this walking and I've got no sciatic pain at all. I was in intense pain. I mean, literally, I could barely walk. But within 2 weeks, it was like, I've got no sciatic pain. And you start to think, yeah, but I've had that before with an osteo. Next week, it'll come back. And if I push myself, a week after that, I'll be in agony again. It's never come back. The sciatic pain was what I went for in the first place. You know, we all have a stiff back occasionally. I've tended in the past not to sleep very well. I do stupid things. I've never looked after myself particularly well with my back. I was expecting it to come back, but literally sciatic pain, nothing since the first week. Nothing at all. Most photographers, you think you're going to be doing nice pretty landscapes and not so much portraits, because I've never been much good at that. And after a while that really changed for me, mainly because of my own issues with mental health and PTSD. I've always I saw myself as a little bit broken. So my own style of photography has been to find the beauty in the broken down things, the things that are not pretty. If I see one more photograph of the suspension bridge with balloons over it, that's not my style. It's the same in London. I do a lot of photography in London. You'll never see me around a tourist attraction. I like to get down to the nitty, the gritty, the darker sides of things. So, Millennium Square, and we went, I like the broken down telephone boxes. I like the graffiti. I like the details that we find in broken things. I like the details that we find in light and shade, in dark and light, in shadows. Because to me, I like the metaphor that there is beauty to be found in everything, that we can reflect that back to our own lives. And that's really where I come from, is that I like mindful photography. It's photography for well-being. So photography for me is healing. It's about realizing that no matter where you are, there is a photograph to be had. And I always tell people in all my courses that there is no such thing as a bad photograph. There is a photograph that won't win you a competition. There is a photograph that won't be on the front page of a newspaper. It's irrelevant. If you've taken the photograph because it has meaning for you, it touches you, it's a metaphor for you, it's a memory for you, that's all that matters. And I just like to give people the space to enjoy photography and to use it for their own well-being, whether or not that be your mental well-being, your physical well-being. So for me, it's finding the beauty in the places that most other people don't look.